Let's take a tour of the new P2R Projector. The interface looks similar to previous versions of Projector, but there are some subtle differences. Across the top here, we can interact with existing collections and we can import collections as well. There are filtering options to help highlight collections that are of interest to us, but perhaps the most logical place to start dealing with collections is in the newly created Collection Manager. As I move my cursor over records in this Collection Manager, you'll actually see some functionality available on the right hand side here as icons. They can relate to removing collections, moving collections, combining. Here though, I will choose a collection to make active, and inside of my collection I'm finding that I've got 3 sugarcane projects defined, and each of these projects has 1 block defined each, which I'm highlighting with my cursor. You'll see as we are interacting with those projects beneath the map, we can see the entire group of projects in this collection available to us. And as I click them in the table below the map, or as I select them in the map above the table, you'll see there's an interactive component to these. So we can select projects to view and interact with by both the map and the table options here. And also, as we're highlighting rows in the table, there are options available to us for interacting with those projects. We can change the view to look at some of the summary outputs of the individual projects or as those projects combined. And we can also choose to, at any point in time, show just those projects that we've selected of interest or all the projects within the collection. We've had a bit of a look at the projects inside of the collection, and those options above there show us how we can manage those projects as well in terms of deleting or moving to other collections as desired. A useful piece of functionality here is the ability to access the survey responses attached to each project. We can review the survey responses, and if need be, we can edit them without having to step back through the entirety of any given project survey. We come back across the top here, we find there's other functionality available to us here. And here I'm going to add a project to this existing collection. Acknowledging this collection is for sugarcane projects, I can add a new sugarcane project using the functionality provided in the map there, and I complete that feature, and when that feature is complete, we see we have a new project record entered, we have a spatial feature to represent it, and we go through and edit the project details as required and fill out the surveys for that industry to make this a fully functioning project within our collection. And here are our options again for deleting. So I've just deleted that project that I created and it no longer resides in my collection, which cleans things up nicely. Looking at some other functionality here, we've got the ability to export various components of our collection to use later on. And then we've also got some really useful tools here for managing access to our collections and to our projects. So obviously we can do some of our own account management, or here we can choose to invite people to collaborate in our P2R Projector space with us by adding them to different groups and performing different roles. That's a very brief tour of the new P2R Projector.